If you click on this video, it's not by chance, this is God's will. God tells you that He is your comforter today. I'm giving you comfort that shows who I am and how much I care about you. With the comfort I give you now, your grief and lamenting will go away. Please don't give up or be sad, because I am the answer to all your problems and the balm of Gilead when you need it. The Father says, trust me. Even though your life seems to be in a lot of trouble, there is still hope. Others see your pain and shake their heads, not understanding how you can keep going through it. They don't understand how my whole love changes over time and is always yours, even when things are hard. When you need help or your sadness gets too much to bear, give it up and find comfort in my arms. The Father says, you don't need to hurry to get to me right now, because I've already come to you quickly. I will not teach you a Sunday school lesson while you are upset. When you need it, I will show you the kindness and gentleness that make me who I am. How do you want me to be a part of your life today? What shape is the emptiness in your heart that beats and aches and wants to be filled? I am your friend, father, lover, and brother. I play all of these parts, and I don't need your help or permission to show you how much I love you. Accept this and give in to the abundance of my desire, love, and care for you today. I am enticing and captivating you so much that you will forget about the pain, sadness, or disappointment of the day. Today, God tells you to ask, seek, and knock, and you will not be discouraged. That basic understanding sums up all the ways that heaven and earth engage with each other. In response to your question, I will. It will be easy to find me when you look for me. When you knock, I'll answer the door and lead you into a deeper friendship with me. This is who I am and what I do for a living. I'm not leaving you out. If you say, I am not excluded about your soul, or I have inquired, and He shall respond. About your situation, you are predicting what will happen to you. If you base your hopes on the fact that I keep my promises and that my character is proven, you will never be let down. No one is in charge of me because I am the supreme overseer of everything. I'm not a dad who doesn't do anything. There is no way I am a careless parent. You are not a child who was left alone and unsupervised. I'm here. I'm with you. Give your worries to me, because I'm taking care of everything you need in your life. Close your eyes for a moment and realize that you have no limits. My soul has no limits, and I live inside of you. My spirit can't live inside of you without changing you to become like me. You will see me in my real form, so you will be able to understand and look like me. I have no limits. I have no limits. Nothing is impossible because I thought of, or rather created, potential. That is who I am, and since I live inside you, that is also who you are. Emulating me goes beyond just developing the moral version of my selfless attitude. To imitate me means to deal with your problems the way I would. When I saw the darkness, I put my thoughts into words. After seeing the trouble I had caused, as soon as I saw the opposite of what I wanted, I stated my purpose, and the whole universe did what I said. Your part is that I am inside you, and you are inside me. Your submission to my lordship and commitment to my plans have changed you forever, and your circumstances will always match this new, wonderful reality. God is now inviting you to go on a trip with Him that is both practical and personal. Every time I talk to you, dear one, I give you a chance to experience me in a real, tangible way. This isn't about being heavy or sad, it's about celebrating and being happy. There is lasting joy and happiness in my heart for you with every talk. I enjoy being with you, so why wouldn't I want you to enjoy being with me? It's not necessary to act religiously, use grave tones, or use high-sounding words. Just enjoy being in my company. Have a thrilling time with my touch. Expect nothing but pure happiness, amazement, and contentment from every encounter with me, from every word I say to you. Do something every day to find joy and respect in who I am and what I do in my life. Today is a day to enjoy being in my presence and the things I can arrange for you. The Father is happy about you today. Think about ways you can return that happiness, even in small ways. I'm going to show you a whole new world. There should be no death laments or acting religiously when you're not. Nothing but pure happiness and joy in being one of my own. God's grace. Having a full feeling. Isn't it interesting? You have me, and I have you. The enemy disproves this. He hates it when you find joy in me because it always leads to my manifestation. After all, everything comes together for those who find joy in me. Based on what God says, there is no lack in heaven right now. Both heaven and I don't have any deficiencies. My being inside you takes care of all your needs and fills in the gaps. Even though you can relate to human economies, the economy of heaven controls your resources and meets all of your needs. Following my abundant beauty, I will meet your wants. This is not a store far away. The beauty that is inside you right now is the glory that you work for and pray for. You are your hope and miracle. That's where my throne and my power are. You don't need to look any further than where I sit on the throne of your heart. The cross was the price I paid to be set and praised in your heart. From that point on, I answer and meet every need in your heart. As the Father says, do not look elsewhere. I reside within you. This means that all of my power and the answer to all of your prayers are within you. There is a seed of every prayer you will ever say in the deepest parts of your spirit, where my spirit sits, pondering, hovering, and forming. All options are real. No job is too hard to do. You have everything because I gave you what is mine. That is my absolute promise. There are no strings attached or conditions to meet. Just come to me, all you tired and stressed people, and I will ease your pain and grant your wishes. Feel confident as you approach. Arrive looking forward to it. Give up everything. If you listen to what my spirit tells you and act in the right way, you will not feel ashamed. God tells you today to live out my word. If you let them, my words will decide what you do with your life. Information and stories are constantly coming at you, trying to change your mind and make you do something. I put my obligations ahead of my image. Your thoughts and mind are holy ground. If something doesn't come from my throne, don't let it poison your mind or heart. If you believe it, the story will lead you to its temple and urge you to pray there. Don't believe the main story about the world. Reject the story of humanity that only wants to turn you into a commodity and trap you in things that don't give you life. If you keep my word in your heart, it will protect you from all attacks. It's time to get ready to act. It's time to take away the barriers that are blocking my word from working in your heart and use the power of my holy word against the enemy who wants to change you. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family and write amen in comment. You are being told by God today to have faith in the best, and the best will find you and come into your life. Figuring out what to think is the hardest thing about being alive. Will you agree with what the situation means? Wow, what a waste of time that was. The Father says that the obvious is temporary and changes, so focus on what will last forever. The permanent rules and wins over the natural and temporary. Where you are is based on your attention. Why would you limit your focus to match what other people want you to see, think about, and accept as true? The Father says, that is not your share. Think about only what is pure, perfect, excellent, and commendable. Why is that? Do you think I'll ignore the fact that there are problems? It is strongly denied by the Father. You should focus on what is good and right because that is what the benefits and gifts I am bringing into your life are made of. I don't want my kindness to surprise you out of the blue. Pay attention to the good things that are happening because what you think about in your heart determines what will happen in your life. The Father says that the deepest feelings you have affect the type, character, and quality of the things that will happen in your life. Did he not say that the things you think will come true? You have my approval now, sweetheart, to learn that and keep it in your heart. This process changes everything about your life, including your relationships, finances, and more. As you allow me to clean up and strengthen your mind, your life will become like heaven, making your journey to the divine easier. Are you all set? We will start right now. Today, God tells you that your prayers are always heard. They have been classified, digitized, and kept safe in the celestial archives until the guaranteed answer comes in. Your prayers are just as important as the blood that was shed on the cross to make sure that they would be answered. In heaven, there are no editors who decide if you will be heard. Every word, breath, and thought that comes into your mind and heart is heard and dealt with as if they were Jesus' own words and thoughts. The Father says that you are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are important. Even if everyone didn't need a savior, I would have sent the best angels from heaven to save you from the depths of evil and make sure you were safe in a land of blessings. Stop listening to the lies that your enemy tells you. No longer giving in to the sadness that comes from feeling ignored or unimportant. You have been named the apple of my eye. I received and responded to your request at the time you asked for it. I still give you my full and undivided care in everything you do and every life you live on earth. Please know that you are loved. Rest assured that you are important. Rest assured that I will give you grace and power to help and save you at the right time. I'm always on time. I have an endless supply of wealth. I'm ready to give you gifts and benefits while showing myself to you in your situation. Wait for the expression of my kindness. You can count on my kindness to be your share. According to the Father, if you align your heart and mind with mine, you will never be let down. Today, God wants you to take care of the place where the people around you live. I told my students to bring peace with them and leave it in the places they went and worked as ministers. A person who walks with me is in charge of their daily surroundings. The Father tells you that you have a ministry part in your life. You now have power because I gave it to you. Say to your spirit, the divine pressure within me is stronger than the hostile pressure trying to infiltrate from without. The Father says that if you don't do this, you will give in to the spirit of the world. You are always being affected by many spiritual forces. Allow the influence you give and receive to be the effect of my grace. My right to rule. I'm hopeful. Help from me. Love from me. Let my love be the spiritual food that other people draw from when they are with you. Serve as a spiritual haven for people who are hungry, alone, and longing for a spark of hope in their lives. This is who you are. The reason I called you is for this reason. The Father calls you a leader and a master. You are a sovereign body and a principality at the same time. The information you have been given goes against this, and it doesn't match the way religious people think. The enemy is trying to convince people that his power comes from someone giving it to him. There's no way that could be more wrong. He is a bad guy. He steals from stores. At first, Satan took over the power that God gave to Adam and Eve in the garden. What was lost in the fall has been restored through Christ. I declare that you are a demon master and the ruler of your crop through the power of Christ's blood and the authority of my word on earth. Do not give up control of your life to people who bother you with worry, fear, dismay, and grief. Come up inside yourself and become the person I've chosen. The enemy wants you to think that you are weaker, less powerful, and less beautiful than you are. You are someone I love. You are the one I choose to favor. Since I'm a winner, you must also be a winner. I am not a failure, and I live inside you, so you are not a failure either. The triumph, power, and authority you see in other people are just a small taste of what I am showing and what you are called to embody and manifest on earth today, says the Father. Today, God says that the thoughts in your heart can tell you what will happen next. Don't accept criticism. When you criticize yourself or others, you let pain into your life. Fear and doubt are not welcome in the kingdom. In the kingdom, sarcasm is not allowed. If you give in to negativity, your enemies will take control of your life. Do not let the energy of your situation give in to negative thoughts and habits of doubt that drain your faith and keep you stuck. I am the God of happiness. I am a God who is positive. I am a God of agreement. I made a deal with you and built it into your personality so that you could rise above your problems and see my promises come true. Your goal tells people who you are and limits you. By focusing on me, you can define yourself by what I am and how I act. According to the Father, it's time for big changes. The visually handicapped have been helping each other for so long that anyone who gets out of their situation is seen as crazy. Are you ready for the difficulties I plan to bring into your life? As As a result, my personality is never dull or lukewarm, so you should never be shy or have weak goals. I am going beyond your limits. Because I made you, you are an explorer and a leader. All the other things that happen are normal events that were set up by your enemy to stop your rise. You are welcome to come to the Father. Look forward to a big favor. You can expect important results about how effective prayer is. Your life has been full of long-lasting problems that are about to go away thanks to who I am and the plans I have made for you. Make your views clear. Accept your positivity. Expect plenty and luxury, because this is what I want to use to grow in you, a proof that shows what I did on the cross for you. Before the video continues, I request you to comment Amen and please help me by doing super thanks. Your support means a lot to us. God says that He is now freeing you from the restrictions of religious legalism. Change in your life, real change happens inside you as you get closer to my beauty. The blood of the cross is not just a way to change your behavior, it is also the key to changing who you are. Refrain from letting today's distractions come from your poor performance, moral flaws, or spiritual failings. Pay attention to my appearance. Come closer to my presence. Break through your limits. It is because you will permanently change if you worship something greater than yourself that I gave you access to my soul. This is the picture, my picture carved into the new life. Unless you change how you think about who you are, your behaviors will not change. Take on the attitude of someone who is loved by me today. That might not fit with how you look or how men see you, but you should try to please the Father and adopt the attitude that Calvary's sacrifice gave you. Let my character change who you are. Let my presence echo within you, taking you above the whims of flawed human nature and into the high realm of my spirit, where my character and essence become real to you. I've already sent you this message, but I'm going to do it again to help you get from the depths of depression to a path of progress. The Father says that He already knows what will happen. Focus on me, and you'll become like me. Trust me with your trust. Come with me. Show me who you are. Through the power of my Spirit within you, you will come out clean and changed. Today, God says that this is a time of forgetfulness. I am the God of healing. I have paid close attention to you and what is going on with you. Be determined in your heart to let me lead you through a time of change. I made and am still making you inside you. The bad things that happened in the past don't ruin your life. I made it better. You were not just born by biological chance. I created you inside of me, and at the right time in eternity, I infused your formless matter with my timeless essence, which made your soul come into being. Every part of your identity and every aspect of your character has its design, shape, and blueprint on the drawing board of eternity, where I made the masterpiece that you are. Time and your past should not decide who you are. Do not let your mistakes, crimes, falsehoods, or other people's opinions define who you are or what you can do. The Father says that you are still not here. You are still being worked on. Decide not to judge the outcome before you see what my hand has created inside you from the range of my favor. Each color of my love, every shade of my favor, and every aspect of my kindness shows up in the tiniest details and brightest colors on the fabric of your life that I am weaving and decorating through it. Enjoy the trip. Take part in the dance of cosmic creation as the painting shows itself to the artist. I want you to forget about the bad things that happened in the past and fully accept the process of change I'm starting in your life. You are coming out like beautiful gold. The Father says that by giving up your will and going along with everything I'm doing today in your life and being, you are reflecting my beauty. Today, God says that hard times are coming, but not to worry. My love and favor will be deeply present with you and surrounding you during hard times. The challenges you face are chances to grow your unwavering faith and trust in me, which will help you reach your greatest goals. The problems you're having show how much comfort I'm giving you. The Father says, I am with you. I will not leave you or forget about you. Problematic days may be the enemy's plan to hurt you, but my love and sovereignty will stop this plan in its tracks to strengthen your spiritual strength, so you can face the task with joy and excitement, knowing that you can do it. The Father says that all options are real. The only impossible thing is a situation in which you can't do anything. Let me turn your hard days into happy times when you realize that your enemy's threat is a joke because he thinks he can hurt you. The angels watching over you find the thought that your enemy will bury you the funniest. See things from my point of view, says the Father. See your true beauty from my point of view. Start living that character, because it shows who you are. What you pay attention to when you're under a lot of stress affects the things you do that either shame you or make you who you are through my spirit. That is why you should look at me. Check out my heart. Please recognize my loyalty. Follow my instructions. Follow. Send it. Give in, and know that I am affecting your destiny. God tells us today that liking other people doesn't mean letting them use you as a thing. To love someone from the point of view of the kingdom means to love them according to my rules instead of human ones. When other people try to control you or use you for their gain, listen to my words. I will always lead and warn you so that you don't get taken advantage of by someone else's selfish goals. Learn how to pay attention to my words. The Syrophoenician woman came up to me with her sick child and told me I had to do something. She didn't feel responsible at all when she asked for children's bread. The Father says that people are responsible for my rule. Pay attention to what I say. When I tell you no, put pleasing the Father and wanting the kingdom first, no matter what other people think. Please remember that my very nature is that of sovereignty, says the Father. I will never force you to give in to false power, blame, guilt, or trickery. You have to be ready for people who keep a victim mentality as a defense mechanism for their self-interest to misunderstand, blame, and insult you. Learn how to say no without feeling bad about it. Follow my orders and directions, even if they make people who want to take advantage of your kindness unhappy. My love doesn't rely on meeting outside expectations or helping them feel better about not wanting to take on the manageable load I've given them. This shows the adult, divine love I'm growing in you right now. God tells you today to speak out against the enemy with joy. My realm is full of goodness, peace, and happiness. The enemy will become food for you because of your peace and happiness. I will take away everything the enemy has put into your life, crush it into dust, and make him eat the remains of his anger toward you. This happens because of your happiness. The enemy can't do anything bad to you because you're so happy. The enemy is worn out by your peace, which makes him sad and less determined. The enemy is scared of your sense of entitlement in my area. His sleep is disturbed by your happiness, peace, and sense of privilege. Your bravery takes away the enemy's initiative, forcing him to give up in the end. Move forward today and wear out your enemy with your determination and joy. Push back against the status quo and keep going until change is made. Until your bags turn into luggage and you climb into the fullness of my promise. Show a unique personality. Force the enemy onto his stomach to subdue him. Force the enemy to take the position. Before the video ends, I request you to help me by doing super thanks. Because I don't have house and I have to make my new house.